everybody, my name is Doodles. Welcome to an episode of Q&Dave, the Q&A show where you ask the questions and I will answer them. And you might notice that I'm drinking water today. I normally have a cup of coffee in episodes of Q&Dave, and don't think that you don't know that, you know me by now. We've done this quite a lot. We have had this conversation many times. This is the 11th time of this conversation actually, because we are now in double digits. We are on the 11th episode of Q&Dave, which is really cool. It's something I wanted to do as a weekly series from the get-go, and it's starting to turn a bit more into that now, which I really appreciate. I absolutely love doing these. And if you want to talk some gear and talk some YouTube and talk some music and talk some guitars and just generally shoot the breeze about life, hit me up on my social media pages, my Ask a Friend page, or in the comment box down below, and we can do that. I would love to. Or if you want to maybe come have a cup of coffee, head over to my town and we can go to Starbucks or we can go to Costa, whichever is your personal preference, and we can enjoy a nice frappuccino. It's getting towards the summer now. It is now April, so the summer is looming, and a lot of frappuccinos are going to be drunk in the near future. So if you want to maybe do one, if you want to maybe have one, head on over to my town, let me know you're here, and we'll go just do that. But until that day comes, I suppose we can just answer some questions. What amp stacks would you recommend for playing live shows? Oh, this is like the Pandora's box of guitar gear questions. There's no real right or wrong answer. A lot of it is down to personal preference, really. This question was asked on the Metal Amino app, which is a fantastic app for metal musicians. The Amino apps are dedicated to a variety of subjects, from music to video games and TV shows, and they all split up into subgenres like metal, Pokemon, Zelda, etc. And this one was asked on the Metal Amino page, which I am a big part of and I use quite frequently. I'm not sponsored by them though, I'm literally just telling you this because I do dig it, and this question was asked on there. And that is a way you can also ask me questions. If you want to ask me them on Metal Amino, I will make sure that I answer them too. So for that reason, I'm going to assume that you, sir, are into metal because you're on the Metal Amino app. So for playing live shows as a metal guitar player, there's a few options that you could go, and I think a lot of it comes down to budget. Personal preference, if I didn't want to spend a lot of money, an amp that is really tickling my fancy at this moment in time is the PV6505MH. It's a 20 watt 6505 head, and man, that thing is just unbelievable. The price is $495 to buy. I think it might be the same in dollars as it is for pounds, so obviously you get a bit better than we do if you live in America, but still, in terms of a pretty sweet amp, it's pretty reasonably priced. I really am into the price. The reason I fell in love with the amp, I heard Floss video of the 6505MH, which will be, I'll put it on screen now for you guys. I'll annotate it as well if you want to go check that one out, because it's really fantastic. I think you'll really like it. And yeah, I think the amp is really cool. It's 20 watts, so it's loud enough that for most small venues you'll be able to use it without micing up. But if you are in a situation where it's not going to cut it, you could also just mic the cab up into the soundboard and just go from there, and project your sound to the audience through that. So that would work absolutely fine. I'd probably, if I was on a budget, I think I'd probably go for that and a used PV cab. You can pick up PV cabs for next to nothing. I really need to buy one actually. I've seen like a Valve King cab 4x12 going for like £100–120 used not long ago. I think it's actually still available. I just can't use it, so I haven't bought it. But yeah, I'd pick up a 6505MH and a used PV cab, and you'd have a pretty sweet live rig for not much money, about £600–700 tops for that. I'd highly recommend that. In other retrospects, we could go down the Marshall route, because although it's not typically associated with metal, the JCM 800 is being used on countless records, and guys like Zach Wild and Kerry King use Marshall JCM 800s, and if it's good enough for Slayer, then it's definitely good enough for you, because Slayer are heavy as shit. And yeah, I think they work absolutely fine, but it is pricey. JCM 800 is a very pricey amp, and if you've got the budget for it, I highly recommend you at least check it out and give it a thought. But also, if I was going to go down the Marshall route, I think I would go down, if budget was no option, I think I'd go for a JVM instead. I absolutely love those amps. That's probably my dream Marshall amp. I'm a big Marshall fan, and the JVM, they're absolutely killer. You get that true Marshall tone, but it really handles high gain well. and I think you really wouldn't go wrong with that. But if you didn't want to go down the Marshall route, you've got the Mesa Boogie. Obviously, if your budget is stretching that far, you've got the dual rectifier, classic amp, dual rectifier and a dual rectifier cab. Will probably set you around about £3,000, maybe even more in dollars. So it is a lot of money, but I think it's being used that much that it is just a timeless classic. And I think if you've got your budget for it, I think it's definitely something you could check out. And yeah, I think you'd be pretty damn happy. I know if someone offered me a Mesa Boogie head and cab, I would take it in a heartbeat. I want one so bad. And who knows, I might one day. But if you want to go maybe down the more boutique route, you've got the likes, especially in America, you've got the Rev Generator. You probably see it a lot on YouTube as being a very popular amp. It's quite a small company, but they really took off on the back of YouTube. And the Rev Generator is a fantastic amp. I love to own one day. You've got Panama. They make some pretty sweet amps. I'm sure you could find a good metal one in the herd as well. And also KSR. They do the Rhodes Gemini. I think they may change the name now, but the Rhodes Gemini is a sweet amp. If you go on Fluff's channel, you'll see all of these amps. And they are absolutely killer. And I think any of them would do the job perfectly fine. But if you were on a bit more of a budget and you wanted to maybe use the amp for bedroom as well as home use, bedroom and live use, I highly recommend checking out the Blackstar ID. It is a really underrated amp and one that really needs to be mentioned a lot more in these sort of conversations. It's technically modelling, however it's not amp modelling, it is tube emulation. And it really does have a tube-like response to it, and the fact that it is technically solid state, you can play at bedroom level, you can play at gigging level, and because it emulates the tubes, it does cut through the mix a lot better than most solid state amps will. It's absolutely fantastic. And I said it emulates tubes, so you can emulate a American style tone with a EL34 set, or you can do a British with a 6L6, or you can do obviously the classics, the American 6L6, the British EL34. You've got all your other tubes in there as well. Truly fantastic. You can go from a Guns N' Roses hard rock style tone to a Metallica chugging tone in literally just one turn. It's absolutely fantastic. It sounds great. That is the one amp that I really regret not walking out of the shop with when I tried it, and I won't make that mistake next time. Absolutely fantastic. And you can have them pretty cheap. You can get the 60 watt ones for about £300 new. So I'd highly recommend checking them out. It's one really underrated amp. If you're not looking for tubes specifically, I highly recommend the Blackstar ID. But yeah, like I said, this is a very Pandora's box, and I've gone on for it for quite a while. I've blagged on a bit, but it really comes out of personal preference. But hopefully I've thrown a few ideas out there, which hopefully one will stick in your head, and hopefully you go from there, and hopefully you, sir, have a very sweet live rig in the near future. And let me know what you decide. If you see this video, let me know in the comment box what amp you went for in the end, and hopefully I played a part in that. So here's my question. I just started doing retro games and got copyright twice on some background music, but there's loads of YouTubers out there that have original background music playing. How is this so? Thanks. And then that, my friend, a lot of people get confused between copyright claims and copyright strikes. A lot of people see that they get a copyright claim and take the video down, delete it and all that stuff. And basically what a copyright claim means is that you don't earn ad revenue from it. I am free to use a lot of music. I could say, for instance, put in a Blink-182 song in my videos, which would more than likely be cool. You can check it on YouTube whether you would be okay doing it. So I could do it, but Blink-182 and the record labels are probably going to take the ad revenue from the video. So although the videos still stay on my channel, I can't earn from it. About 50% of my video game covers end up like that, where the companies that made the covers of the video game themes originally do claim the ad revenue on it, but the videos are still able to stay on my channel. And that is absolutely fine. If you are okay with not earning ad revenue from that particular video, then just leave it on your channel. It's nothing wrong with it. A lot of the YouTubers that you see using the same music you do will be just getting their ad revenue claimed, and they're cool with that. I've seen it a few times where people have uploaded a video and got a copyright claim, especially the big guys on YouTube, and they've deleted the video and said that they got copyrighted for it, and they're really pissed that they're not making the money out of it. They spent all this time and all this effort making the video, and now they're not making money out of it, and fuck you Nintendo, and fuck you YouTube, and all that stuff. But I think it sucks that you get a copyright claim, but technically you don't own any of the music in the video. The music all belongs to someone, and not everyone is happy if you're using it free of charge and want to earn rightfully from the content that you're using. And I think especially it sucks that you spent a bit of time and effort into it, but the video's already out there. I've seen instances where people have really enjoyed the video's gone viral, they get millions of views, thousands of comments, and delete the video, all because they're not earning ad revenue from it. And I really think that's a dick move, because if people are enjoying your content, then that could be the catalyst to bring new viewers into your channel. So yeah, if you're not earning money, just speed it up. If you've got a copyright claim, it's cool. If you've got a strike, that's when you've got to worry. But copyright strikes aren't that frequent on YouTube now, especially if you just make your own content. If you openly steal content, then maybe, but if you make your own video and put a song on it, chances are you're going to be cool. And at most, you're not just going to make money from it. But if you're not a big channel, then it doesn't really matter. Capcom can keep the 13 cents I've made from my cover or something, I don't really care. But yeah, that is pretty much it. It doesn't affect your standing, it just means you can't earn ad revenue. But on that note, that is the end of the video. Only answered 2 questions today, but they were quite long, especially the first one. This was a bit of a Pandora's box, and it wasn't one that I could just answer quickly. It does take a lot of thought, and when you have a live video, it does take a lot of consideration on what you actually choose. So yeah, that is why it ended up being quite long. But that is the end of the video, guys. Hope you guys have enjoyed it. My name is Doodles. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.